Terence the handsome turkey. Terence the handsome turkey.
Good morning, children from all over the world. I'm ready to read to you another story from my second book from the Terence the Turkey series called Terence in Africa. So I read the foxes and today I'm reading the frog pond. Hence the t-shirt. Are you ready? On a late afternoon in the beautiful midday African sun, Terence has decided to go for a stroll to the Durban Botanical Gardens. We will call it the DBC. He had a good walk and he had a great time. The DBC is a huge garden and it feels like you are walking forever. On his way to the local coffee shop in the gardens, Terence was greeted by a friendly duck. He was also hit on the snoot by a frisbee, which a little kid was trying to throw to his dad. Then, as Terence was walking under a huge African fig tree, an indigenous hadida, which is a bird, released a huge dropping from above and it splashed on his caruncles. Now this has nothing to do with his car or with his ankles. This is the little bits of flesh around the neck and the head of a turkey. Turkeys don't like anything to be splashed on their caruncles. Embarrassed, Terence ran off into the big gardens looking for a little creek or a dam to quickly wash himself. Now there's more action happening in the story, but I'll move on a little bit. Later on he walked uphill for a while and then found a beautiful viewpoint. There were around 33 people at this lookout. They were all taking pictures of a beautiful garden. Further out towards the horizon you could see the massive Durban harbour, the biggest port in Africa. Terence saw a kid's frog pond with a concrete wall. Just a perfect place to sit and have a look at the scenery. The little pond was covered with water lilies and the water was quite muddy. It seemed to be around 12 meters in circumference and only about 1 meter deep. There was a sign that said, "Parents, please keep your kids away. The water is dirty and full of frogs. Be careful." So Terence had a view, he enjoyed the time, but he was so excited. He tried to reach out for his binoculars, just behind him on the little wall. As he tried to grab it with his left feathered wing, he lost his balance and fell backwards into the frog pond. The people heard the splash. They all looked around in shock. Then they saw something coming out of the water that looked quite preposterous at the time. It looked like a turkey, but no one knew for sure. People saw a creature with 2 skinny legs, 2 big arms, and a face that only a loving mother can love. This being had leaves on his ears, weed around his neck and his body, lilies on his beak, mud on his caruncles, and a big fat frog right on top of his head. "It's me," said the creature. "I am Terence the turkey from Townsville." Terence felt so embarrassed. He didn't know what to do. "Are you okay, Terence?" asked an elderly lady in the crowd with compassion in her voice. "Are you injured?" "I'm good. I think I'm good," said Terence tentatively. The turkey didn't know if he should laugh or cry. He couldn't help himself and burst out in laughter. Although the people were sorry for him, they all started laughing with Terence. It was contagious and a very funny moment. Terence shook his feathers to start the process of getting rid of all the filth and the mud, as well as the frog. It is just not normal for a turkey to be wet. So he shook again and again. With his own eyes closed and still chuckling, all you could see was mud spraying from his caruncles into the crowd. 7 ladies and 2 gentlemen got mud in the face. And 13 babies in their prams each received a lily on the head. It was too late to move away. All the others got a serious spray of dirty water. People shouted. Others just kept on laughing. Luckily, the babies didn't cry and the parents didn't get angry. It was a once-in-a-lifetime moment. Then, the frog travelled for 5 meters from Terence's head and landed right on top of the shoulder of the old gentle lady. Everybody thought she's going to freak out, but she gently took the frog and put it back in the pond. She walked over to Terence and gave him a big hug. Well, kids, thank you for listening to the Terence in Africa story that I read today. You can get your own book or the first one, Terence the Turkey, by clicking on the link. We'll speak soon. Goodbye.